Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Colorado Home Advocate Report with your Colorado Home Advocate, Don Betts. How are you doing, Don?
I'm great this morning. Just, another week of snow. We have had 5 or 6 weeks of midweek snow. So that background is not what's really out there right now.
I completely understand. And, it's as I'm in San Diego and I keep thinking we're freezing at 65 right now. So I realize that there are other parts of the country by doing these videos every week. But for those of you in Colorado, sorry, you have snow. I like to ski sometimes. Today we're the reason you clicked on the topic was not to get a ski report. You clicked here because the title says do nothing and keep your house. I completely understand that. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. First, as always, how is the current Denver metro real estate market?
Well, one of the things that I do on a weekly basis is look at the new notice of default numbers. I get a weekly report and I massage it to get the Denver metro numbers by themselves. And I was just looking at that in the last 2 months of 21, we averaged 10 new notice of default in the Denver metro area per week. In the first 2 months of 2022, we averaged 25. And last week we had 71.
Okay.
So there's are some numbers that show a dramatic change.
That definitely sounds like a dramatic change, and things are changing, which takes us to talking about the existing real estate market, and it's still red hot, right? Like this is still can't keep them on the shelves type
Yes,
territory.
it's totally red hot.
So the first question that I have before we get to what everybody wants to know about, which is do nothing and keep my house. Hold your thought. We're at the top of the market. We're at the top of the market in many markets. My question is really simply this. If the number of properties listed right now doubled, would that impact the pricing on houses right now?
If it doubled, it would. If it doubled, it would.
Okay. Or certainly plateau it, I would think.
I don't think it's going to cause it to go significantly down, but definitely it will create a leveling, a top of the market situation.
Well, based on what you're describing with the number of defaults coming online, that means before the end of the year that the other half of the inventory that could be out there of people listing could be defaulted people. It's a substantial number of people coming online. Actually, it would probably be more like double, and half of those people will actually have the sense to list their home and get their equity. And my point to it is, can this sustain? Can where we're at in the metro, can it sustain itself for the year? I mean, it's not going to keep going indefinitely, I think is my point.
I think it can sustain itself for the next few months, but it's definitely leveling off at some point here. Late summer, after the spring buying season goes, I think we're going to see a real leveling off.
Yeah, that is substantially the problem. Or if investors decide to stop purchasing at such an incredible brisk rate of all cash above market, or the things that are causing the market to be where it's at. And we've talked about that, which takes us to today's topic. First, click the link, talk to Don directly. If you'd like to talk to both of us, we'd love to do it. I enjoy talking to all of you, and Don and I will go through all of your options if you've missed a payment. The number one item on that list of options is doing nothing. I realize all of you want to keep your home. Doing nothing is probably the worst strategy to keeping your home. And so the first question I generally ask is, do you really think that there are a large portion of people that believe that there's going to be a fairy dust moment where people will just, it'll be okay and everything will be forgiven and you can keep your house?
The answer to that is no.
Right.
There's not a fairy flying around sprinkling. It's going to happen.
Do you think homeowners believe that there is a solution if they just wait long enough?
Many homeowners.
I don't know. What I keep trying to figure out about this market is there are literally millions of people who have not made payments, who are not taking action when they have so much equity in their house. And to me, that seems to be the most ludicrous thing ever, especially with rents going up on what seems to be a monthly basis. It seems logical to me to sell my house, pay off my debts, get the cash out, go rent something while the market corrects itself, and take that cash that I held on to and start over again. But that isn't the sentiment. The sentiment seems to be just going to wait. Government's going to fix it. The bank's going to work out a deal. There's a solution here if I just ignore it. I guess ignore it. I don't know. It's always been frustrating for me as a banker to see the do nothing strategy.
I see it all the time. And I just encourage people to look at the amount of equity. Let's look at those numbers and look at your options as far as saving that equity and moving on to something in the future.
Yeah.
That money.
Especially with the way the FICO system is set up right now, it's so easy to correct credit issues. And if you're watching this and you did a forbearance, you're in default and you're going to be part of this number that's happening. And you need to take action and pay off these debts before it actually does affect your credit. I don't believe people are going to be forgiven of their payments, nor are they going to be forgotten by any banking institution. Wells, Chase, and B of A certainly have not come online yet. And when it does, there are going to be a lot of people knocking at your door because that information is public. We're trying to get ahead of this for you. Is there anything you could think of or anything that would be helpful to help people be inspired to take action and just get some good information?
I just want to repeat, let's look at the numbers. Let's see how much equity you really have. And so that you have a real sense of the value, because it's surprising. It is totally surprising what kind of numbers we are getting on sales right now. And so you may not know how much you have sitting there in the bank of your house, and take it before you lose it.
Absolutely. Click the link down below, call Don directly. Let us know. Can't remember that. 833-969-4673, 833-WOW-HELP. Ask for me, ask for Don. We'll get you guys squared away. We're happy to meet with you anytime, day or night. We'll Zoom it. We'll make it all happen for all of you. Anything you'd like to add for this week, Don?
Open for business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unfortunately.
Yes. As the storm begins, we are here to help. Please take action. Don't do nothing. Please. Bad idea.